Here's a collection of actual crimes committed by really dumb criminals. Just sit back and enjoy the insanity as we present. Stupid crime stories you just won't believe. In 2020, a Georgia man had what could best be described as an unlucky, lucky day. The man had a Georgia lottery game card that won him $100. He had the ticket in his backpack while riding as a passenger in a car. However, the vehicle was pulled over for a tag violation. The man took off running into the woods, leaving his backpack behind. Upon searching the backpack, officers found methamphetamine. Police then posted a message on their Facebook page. They congratulated the man for his winning ticket and invited him to come to their office to pick it up. They later confirmed that the 33-year-old man had been taken into custody. He was charged with possession of methamphetamine and obstruction of an officer. His bond was set at more than $5,800. Police then made the following statement: "When he bonds out of jail or gets done with these charges, we'll certainly return that lottery ticket. But we're keeping the methamphetamine." In 2020, a 25-year-old man in Long Island, New York was scheduled to be sentenced to a year in jail. Earlier, he had pleaded guilty to charges of possession of a stolen car and attempted grand larceny of a truck. However, not wanting to spend a year in the slammer, the man fled the state and became a fugitive. While on the run, he devised a plan that would keep him out of jail. He was going to fake his own death. The idea was that he had become depressed about going to jail and decided to take his own life. First, he created a fake death certificate. It was made to look like an official document issued by the New Jersey Department of Health's Vital Statistics and Registry Office. He then had his fiancée give the fake death certificate to his lawyer. The lawyer then had to convince the judge that his client was now deceased. But if you're going to pull something like this, it would be best to at least pay attention to detail. This is where he failed. When you take a closer look at the death certificate, you will see that the word registry was spelled regsitry. In the age of spellcheck, this is inexcusable. Of course, prosecutors have probably seen every trick in the book, so they easily picked up on this error. They also pointed out inconsistencies in the font type and size. The New Jersey Health Department also confirmed that the death certificate was a fake. After the revelation, his lawyer claimed that he had been used as a pawn and wound up quitting the case. The courts then assigned the man a public defender. He wound up pleading not guilty to a single count of offering a false instrument for filing. A judge then ordered him back to jail due to his underlying cases. He now faces up to 4 years in prison if convicted in the alleged scheme. That's in addition to his pending 1-year sentence for his earlier charges. In the end, he wound up turning a 1-year sentence into possibly 5 years. In 2020, a Florida man quickly learned that doing something dumb and illegal doesn't make you a cool father. According to police, the 41-year-old man allowed a 12-year-old girl to drive his Jeep. The man claimed that the girl had asked earlier in the day if she could drive. He told police that he thought it would be cool and that he was trying to be a cool father. But police found out that the man was not the girl's father. Rather, he was friends with her mother. The girl and one of her friends were staying at the man's home for a few days. According to the police report, an officer spotted the Jeep making an illegal U-turn and then speed away just after midnight. The officer followed the Jeep, which reached speeds up to 85 miles per hour in a 45 miles per hour zone. When he finally pulled the vehicle over, he asked the 12-year-old why she was driving so fast. She told the officer that the man told her to. The police report also noted that the man had been drinking and he even purchased vape pens for the girls. He defended the purchase by telling police that the girls requested them. He was arrested and charged with child neglect, allowing an unauthorized person to drive, and causing a minor to become a delinquent. He was being held without bond at the Palm Beach County Jail. In 2015, police in Indiana received a tip that a Pizza Hut employee was taking special orders from customers. In other words, someone was selling drugs from the restaurant. Apparently, management at the Pizza Hut location got suspicious and contacted the local sheriff's department. Police then planted an undercover cop with two unsuspecting drug buyers. The officer, acting as a fellow drug buyer, went with the pair to the Pizza Hut location to purchase the drugs. They parked in an alley and waited for the employee who was selling the drugs to go on break. The female employee and part-time drug dealer then takes her break and walks outside to meet the drug buyers waiting in the car. She sells the buyers a half-gram of heroin and they pay her $150. The car drives off and the employee returns to work. The undercover cop then signals that the deal is complete and law enforcement can move in. Minutes later, police stop the vehicle and confiscate the drugs. They then arrest a 31-year-old male and a 25-year-old female suspect. With the undercover cop as a witness, they then go to Pizza Hut and arrest the 26-year-old employee who sold the drugs. All three suspects were arrested on preliminary charges of dealing and possession of narcotics. The woman in the car could also face an additional charge of neglect of a dependent. Police say her 6-year-old son was in the car at the time of the drug deal. As for the Pizza Hut employee, police found the cash from the heroin sale in her purse. It's likely that they had already recorded the serial numbers of the bills. This way the employee couldn't claim that she already had the money in her purse. They also found a small quantity of heroin in her possession along with several straws containing a white powder. She was being held on $20,000 bond. A Pizza Hut spokesperson confirmed that the female employee had been fired following her arrest. It seems that selling drugs while working at a fast food restaurant is more common than you might think. In 2015, a 20-year-old woman was selling methamphetamine from a Burger King in Georgia. Police said she was selling drugs from the drive-through window and also from her car. In addition, they believe she was using meth while on the job. Law enforcement caught wind of the 20-year-old's activities and searched her car while she was at work. They recovered scales, plastic baggies and 5 grams of meth. They also found 2 prescription pills in her pocket. She was arrested on the spot and charged with drug possession with the intent to distribute. Since she was on probation at the time for another drug charge, they also added felony probation violation. Her bond was set at $10,000. Be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. Our weekly videos will feature such topics as stupid crime stories, classic TV, and the real stories behind popular songs from the past and present. There will be even more categories as we continue to grow.